This is not going to be like a spilling tea video, by the way. I'm just sharing my experience as the adult child of parents who got a divorce and how it came seemingly out of nowhere, how I reacted and how I emotionally responded, and what, how my feelings changed throughout the past couple months and what I feel like now. Ooh, I think I'm gonna put that clip in the beginning of the video so that people aren't waiting for me to get to the point so badly. Oh hey, so today's video is going to be like super personal. Like, I was debating even making a video about this because it's really not even weird. I just feel like it's weird because I feel weird talking about my stuff. Here's a picture of me opening up to someone. I'm gonna be one of the YouTubers that like rambles for the first 20 minutes of a video just to get to the point a half hour through. I'm not gonna do that. I'm also not gonna cry in this video. So don't get your hopes down. Okay, so I mentioned in my last video where I talked about my voice changing, which the response was so positive. Thank you for anyone who's watched that video who had some insight onto the topic. But in that video I mentioned, you may or may not have noticed that my channel and my me has been different in the past like 8 months or so. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Why? Maybe because I'm talking about a really personal subject on a very public forum. It's really... I could edit all of this frustration out, but I kind of want you to see like the realness, Like, I think that's why YouTubers include a lot of this just not getting to the point stuff, because it is so... I can't even make eye contact with you. Okay, here we are. Look, I'm looking at you. I'm staring deeply into your eyes. Are we married yet? Let me try to organize my thoughts. So I think why a lot of YouTubers keep all of this kind of garbage in is because it is part of the entire experience. When you're having a conversation with someone and like they're about to tell you something super personal, most likely they're not going to just outright say what the issue is like right off the bat. There's going to be some shifting, some stirring, some maybe beating around the bush. Because you know why? Because we're humans and that's reality and that's how these things work. Okay, let me get off my soapbox a little bit. No, but for real, like this is just the reality of opening up, especially for someone who is incredibly uncomfortable talking about personal issues to anyone, let alone the BBs of the internet. Nikki, get to the point. So back in December, I was house sitting for Colleen and kitty sitting, which was a highlight. And it honestly, like, me having that place to be and thing to do really helped me through what I'm about to talk about. Why can't I just say the thing? My parents got divorced. It was actually in November. It was on Thanksgiving. This is not going to be like a spilling tea video, by the way. I'm just sharing my experience as the adult child of parents who got a divorce and how it came seemingly out of nowhere, how I reacted and how I emotionally responded, and what, how my feelings changed throughout the past couple months and what I feel like now. Ooh, I think I'm gonna put that clip in the beginning of the video so that people aren't waiting for me to get to the point so badly. Okay, so if you're looking for tea, go to Starbucks. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is just, it's not my place to like tell my parents' story. It's my place to talk about my feelings and where I was at and am at now. So my mom texted me on Thanksgiving and she told me that they were getting a divorce, and I was at Jade's and Vanessa's apartment because we were Thanksgivinging over there. Like, we were in the middle of like playing super fun games. I wasn't about to face the reality in the moment, you know, especially with all of my friends around. Like I'm not just gonna blurt out, hey guys, guess what? First of all, that's not me. Like I just would never do that. Maybe someone else would do that. I just wouldn't and couldn't. Why do you guys watch me? I'm so grateful, thanks. So we're just, you know, Thanksgiving-ing and having a great time, eating some good food. And I feel like, and I was talking about this with a couple of my friends recently, about how I don't like talking about something that might be like causing me negative emotions, because I don't want to feel like I'm burdening someone else, which is so stupid. I know this is dumb, okay? Like I know that's what friends are for, and it's not that I don't trust my friends, it's just that I have always avoided negative emotions since I was little. Like my mom told me I would just just completely avoidant of negativity, okay? Positive vibes only. Super healthy. It's a really great way to handle situations. It's not, okay? I'm trying to get better at it, which is, I guess, in part why I wanted to make this video, to force myself out of my comfort zone. Oh, mama. There was one point where I was, a different day, I was going to Jade and Vanessa's, and I was talking to my dad on the phone. I was supposed to be there to film something with Vanessa for a Snapchat series she was doing, like cooking, and then I was gonna eat the food, which ended up happening, but I was super late. Words. But I was super late because I was in my car talking to my dad on the phone. And it's not like, you know, in that moment you can just be like, hey, I know like this is important or whatever, but I gotta go eat some food for a video. And I mean, even after I hung up, I was just sitting in my car for a little bit, just processing information. I got off the phone with my dad, so I talked to both my parents separately, and I went in, was obviously not normal. Like I wasn't crying yet, but I think Jade asked me what was wrong, or said something that led me to tell her what happened. And then I started crying on their stairs. Thinking about me crying is making me feel like I'm gonna cry, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna sit here for a second. Okay, I am so grateful to have amazing friends. Just that's it. She composed herself, we ate some food, had a good time regardless. During this time, I had promised you guys that, like I had already announced that I was gonna have 12 collabs in December. They're going to be my 12 days of Christmas. If you wanna check those out, I'll put the link if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I was going to do it again. And at that point, I'd already filmed 4. So I shot with Ari, we made gingerbread houses. I shot with Kingsley, I shot with Rachel, and I shot with Bethany. So I had 4 already done and filmed. And then once this started like unfolding, not only could I not bring myself to like be scheduling things with people and like asking like, oh, hey, like, are you free this day? Do you want to do a collab for this series that I'm doing and whatever? But I also didn't really feel like talking straight to the camera. I felt like I was hiding something, like there was something that, you know, if I was talking about anything else, it would not be completely genuine. And there's something strange, of course, about making videos on the internet and being yourself, because there's always that connection to your real life, and it's kind of blurred of like what is your career or what is your personal life, what do you keep private, what do you share publicly, when, how, why, how much. And I was definitely depressed for all of the winter. Once I got out of the swing of things, of making videos, and I completely canceled that Christmas series without even announcing it, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. Like usually if I wanted to make a video, I would just say, hey, I feel like making a video today and I'm gonna do it about this. And that feeling did not come for months. Every video that I made from, well, let me take it further. Every video that I filmed from the end of November until I made that voice change video a couple weeks ago. There were absolutely no videos where it was just me alone with you. None. And I used the ability to make things with friends as a crutch, because at the same time that it felt like I was still creating and I was still channeling my creative energy into something, I was still doing WTSF with Megan. I did a collab with Candace. I was still periodically vlogging on Still Soundly Awake. Let me pause this and start this over because I've been rambling for 20 minutes. I also felt like I hadn't made a video forever. Like right now, I still feel like I haven't made a video in forever. I mean, I really want to start making more sketches in addition to just sitting down and talking to you like this, which I hear you. I know you like this type of video, so I'm trying to come out of my box and do them a little bit more. So I hope you see the effort involved. My brain is, this is footage of my brain currently and always, okay? Like I can't focus on one topic and just stick to it and not go on tangents because it's just not me. All right, let me go back. Whew, I was depressed, okay, we got that, we got there. I am no longer there, okay? I am feeling great and I feel okay with, you know, my parents' situation at this point. To be honest, when I go back to New Jersey, which will be in October, it's gonna be a little weird. And I've been thinking about that. And I know it's gonna be weird, but I'm also kind of prepared at this point. If you asked me even a month ago, I'd be like, nope, not ready. Obviously, you know, this is a significant life event. Obviously a little more so for my parents, but also for their children, for me and my brother. And I'm sure just like both of my sides of the family, because we have a super close family. And let me go back to the thing about being an adult. So it's not a great experience, you know, going through your parents' divorce when you're a child, but there are also like different layers. It's not like better or worse, but it's just different being an adult child of parents who are going through a divorce, because you kind of have the role of confidant and friend as well as, you know, offspring. You know, having conversations with my mom and having conversations with my dad and talking about divorce in a way that would not be presented to a child and being a part of that conversation. Not that it's easy, I'm taking that back. It is easy. It's easy to talk about other people going through situations. It is infinitely more difficult to talk about those things when they're happening to you and in your little circle of life, you know? I didn't mean to make a Lion King reference there, but we got there and we're just gonna leave it. My mane is looking quite luxurious today though. She did deep condition her, so. But it's a weird thing, and it definitely affected me in a way that I never in a million years thought it would, because I also just thought that this would never happen. So, in combination, my brain did things. It made my rest of the me react, and I just wasn't in a great place for a while. Circling of life back to the creative process, it's probably easier to make scripted content when you're going through stuff, because you're not you. Like, you are pretending to be someone else. You're acting. Like, that's what an actor does. So I could have done that. However, I also just had like the brain fog, like cloud looming over, where I just had no creative motivation and I had no ideas coming through my head, or I would get ideas and then I would not have the motivation to go through with it and actually produce it. And I also didn't want to talk to the camera and be myself, because like I said, it seemed somehow disingenuous, even though people are going through stuff that we are not aware of all the time. When I go get coffee and I'm smiling at the barista, am I gonna tell them that my parents just got divorced and I'm sad? No! But I also feel like you and I have a deeper connection than that. So it felt like sitting down and hanging out with a friend and then like not eventually telling them what was going on. So this is my eventual. It might be 8 months late, but I finally felt ready to tell you. And there was one point in, I think March, my dad and my brother's girlfriend came to visit in LA, and so many comments were asking where my mom was, and I just, you know. So I'm sure people assumed, since I didn't answer the question and I didn't really pay attention to people when they would ask it, that something may have been going on, and you were correct if you thought that. But obviously I've had a ton of time to think. People grow. Sometimes they grow together, sometimes they grow apart. And that is an undeniable, unpreventable, unavoidable part of life. And growing, whether that means as a person or apart as a couple, will have had to had happened for a reason. And I don't believe in like a divine reasoning, like someone said, hey, this is supposed to happen. That's not what I mean by like, it happened for a reason. It happened because of reasons. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. Like when global tragedies strike, like say if there's a tsunami and a bunch of people die in that tsunami, it's pretty shitty to say that happened for a reason, but it happened because of reasons. The tsunami was the reason people died, and that sucks. Anyway, I'm getting off track yet again. Who am I? Me. I'm really trying to like reel it in and just hit all the points that I wanted to hit, and I don't think it's gonna happen. I might have to just tippy type in the comment section because I know I'm gonna miss things, and I've said so much and I feel like I haven't said nearly enough, but I also think there's no way that I could express every single emotion that I've gone through and every single experience that I've had. I think that's all I'm going to say about this. It happened. Now I feel okay about talking about it. Let me know, actually. Please leave a comment if your parents have gone through a divorce. What age were you? And how did you process that experience? How did you go through that? How long did it take you to feel okay about it? Is it happening right now? Are your parents actively getting a divorce as we speak? What are you feeling? Did anything I say resonate with you? Is there something that you're like, absolutely not, that is not my experience? Let me know. It's super important to get well-rounded stories from people in different walks of life, because I can learn and grow from my personal experience, having the knowledge of other people's experiences as well. And we all can. So if you don't happen to have a comment, maybe like read through the comments and see what other people are saying and respond. Please reply to other people's comments. I really want to start a dialogue because it's something that we talk about, but it's not something that we really talk deeply about, especially as adults. I feel like a lot of divorce narratives in the media revolve around the parents of younger children getting divorced, but not so many as adults. So I think it's still important, because something that I thought like wouldn't affect me like this, which is weird to say because obviously I liked the fact that my parents were together and I love my parents. I never thought I would be upset because I never thought it would happen. So there are layers that informed my emotional response to this. And I feel like I've had the time and the space to process all of those emotions, and I'm in a good place now. And from 8 months ago, my parents are as well. And I'm equally as excited to go home as I am nervous. So that's it. Discuss, please, in the comments. I will be reading the comments all day long because I'm curious. I'm so curious to see what other people's experiences are, have been, will be. And I'm glad that we have this community because I trust you guys. Like, my comment sections are overwhelmingly supportive. And I think it's thanks to the fact that I have a smaller audience compared to like super big YouTubers, and I'm very thankful for that. And I hope even as we continue to grow, that remains the theme. I've literally been talking for 40 minutes I don't know how long this video is going to be, but hopefully I can cut it down to something that makes sense. I'm Nicole Foti. You're watching Soundly Awake. Please subscribe and like this video. If you know, like all of my videos, I just say it just in case you forget, because a lot of times I forget when I'm watching videos and then someone says like it and I'm like, oh yeah, click. If you haven't subscribed yet and you just stick around to watch videos here and there, please subscribe, because you know what? Don't worry, the YouTube subscription box won't notify you with every video anyway, as we've learned. But there's a better chance, so click the subscribe button and the bell icon. I don't hope to make more videos about my parents' divorce, okay? I hope to make more videos where I'm open and talking about my personal experience and like my emotions with things that are currently happening. Because there's a pattern of whenever I tell you guys stories, they're from like 10 years ago in my life. Like I've had ample space, but I think it's worth it once in a while to tell a story that I am currently going through. And here we are. So I'm going to shut up now. Ooh. Whenever I'm watching a video and someone's telling a story, I'm going to remember how rambly I am. Okay, I'm gonna remember how rambly I am. I'm gonna remember how long it took me to get to the point, and I'm gonna remember how long it took me to close this freaking video, because I'm going to be more compassionate from now on and empathetic to all these people who do all of those things, because I am one of them. Okay, I love you, goodbye. Gordon, do you wanna say hi? Hello? Do you wanna say hi, bud? Can you say hi real quick? Pieces. Ooh, mama.